Hi, everybody. Jason Klamm here with the Comedy on Vinyl podcast, or wherever you're seeing this. I already started recording this a moment ago, but had to stop because the sweater I was wearing was too busy for this camera that I use, and it was freezing up like that. I am here for an unboxing from the good people at 1984 Publishing, which they're the publisher who published my book. So, full disclosure, they sent this to me to review gratis. It's very kind of them. You know what it is if you've clicked on it, so there's no surprises here. But in case you somehow clicked on this without reading it, and you're just a person who likes a present, you know, your present is, I don't know what I'm about to watch. I admire something about that. I can't do it. I have to know everything. And if the thumbnail's wrong, and I don't mean if the thumbnail is not wacky enough, I mean if it's too wacky, then I don't really want to, why does every YouTube thumbnail have to be like every old comedy album starting in the 80s? Oh, I just hit my mic while I did it. It was worth demonstrating that nothing needs to be like this. Anyway, or like, oh, what is this? Which I'm about to hold it up and not make that face. I apologize to everybody for having made that face in demonstration. Anyway, hi. I do and did a podcast called Comedy on Vinyl. And this is going to be, I think, paired up with another unboxing that I haven't released yet about the Wet Hot American Summer vinyl, which is great, by the way. I've since had a chance to give it a listen. Love it. It's fantastic. But this one is from, again, the good people at 1984 Publishing, who were kind enough to also send me this CD. I have not gotten a comedy CD in a while, and you would think, well, Jason, you're into comedy on vinyl. Why would you care? I don't know, but this is the first way I used to get comedy, get music, period. And there's a lot on here, 25 tracks. I'm not reviewing the CD, but thank you for the CD. It's a delight. It'll go, you can't see it when I do that. That's fine. Next to my Hans Gruber, and it fell over, my Hans Gruber advent calendar, next to Surely You Can't Be Serious, upon which my good pal Will Harris worked. He did a lot of work on that book, The History of Airplane. So that's a box. You didn't need to hear that. I'm going to take off the Bubla wrap. Go away. Or not. Hi. I don't know how to unwrap a thing. Holy Jesus. This is it. I will say thank you to the good people. They kept it safe. This is in very good shape, as it should be. I'm going to take the plastic wrap off first because 35th anniversary edition, pink colored LP, expanded and newly remastered first time on vinyl. There's a 7x10-inch Japanese mini poster in here. I'm very excited about that. Will I hang it on my wall? Probably not, but I do have a very big collection of vinyl related ephemera, but it's in a box, which is weird. If you're sort of a completist about this kind of stuff, you want to keep it, but it's like, if you're not doing anything with it, is it serving its purpose? And the answer is probably no. So I should figure out a way. I did a few months ago here in Berkeley, Michigan, a suburb of Detroit. Excellent. I had a display at the Berkeley Public Library, which I would like to bring to other libraries and back to Berkeley potentially once the collection expands. But it's a lot of my comedy records, covering the entire history of comedy records from Red Fox up till now. Obviously, comedy records do go before that, but the first real comedy albums were Red Fox. I do keep these stickers, and that includes if you ever buy a signed copy of my book, We're Not Worthy, The History of 90s Sketch Comedy, I do keep the limited edition sticker in there because some people want those. So I keep this stuff. It's a disorder, but I appreciate that a lot of the people who are going to be buying my book probably have the same disorder. Here we go, though. Beautiful. Look at that. That is gorgeous. It is the poster formatted. I mean, it's got to be the first time it's ever been formatted for a square, I would imagine. Well, except for the CD, but this big. This doesn't exist elsewhere. What do we have on the back? Oh my God! A few screen captures from the film, as well as Leslie Nielsen squirting mustard on Priscilla Presley, which is fantastic. Weird Al's on the back. Weird Al's down there, lower left hand. Fantastic. This is gorgeous. This is so good. See, I've talked with people before, like I mentioned, whenever I talk to anybody about making records, currently producing a comedy record right now, like I like it when people pay attention to, like, if you can, it costs more, but if you can do a gatefold, do a gatefold. And if you're going to do it right. I finally found someone I can love, a good, clean love without utensils. Frank Drebin. I mean, come on, look at this. phenomenal. That's the, by the way, I don't know, I've never seen, I'm sure it's happened before, but not in many years have I seen a gatefold that opens thus. Yes, I said thus. Deal with it. Ooh, here we go. I do not know, by the way, that I own a piece of pink vinyl, and that's phenomenal. Anything else in there? Just want to make sure I'm not missing out on anything. Here we go. There's the Japanese poster. Phenomenal. This is great. This is great. It's a good size too. It's easy to frame. That would be easy to frame. Again, if I had anywhere to put it. You can't see this whole office, but it's too much. There's a reason there's this office. Here we go. Mark of high quality. Look at that. Look at that bubblegum pink vinyl. It's gorgeous. Phenomenal. Okay, where do I open it? I feel very dumb. Is there a basic, there's got to be a flap or a thing. Oh, he just opens from the top. I know. Don't touch it. Don't put your fingers on it. It's fine. Each side is a different image. Gorgeous. That should be there. There we go. Also fantastic. I don't listen to these live because, you know, there's always kinds of copyright things, but let's see. Yep. Those grooves look good. That's going to sound fantastic. But when I listen to it, I'll obviously, I will talk about it the next time I talk about another record. I love it. This is gorgeous. This is a beautiful bit of work. Oh my God. This is phenomenal. Yeah, this is beautiful. This is, has me in mind of the Wayne's World re-release soundtrack, the Grease 2 re-release soundtrack, which again, I think I've talked about both on the podcast before. Just really beautiful pieces of work. Because the thing is, there's this weird thing when you're young, you can, and maybe in, you know, up to in college, sure, you can have a movie poster on your wall. Once you get to a certain point and one of your favorite movies is 35 years old, then it's a little more like, well, but this is a record. I'm putting a piece of art up on my wall. It's not just a poster, which, by the way, to all the poster makers out there, it's art. I know it's art. It's beautiful, but it takes up more space. I can get more of my favorite movies, you know, boppity boppity bop. You will maybe not believe me, but if you know the Comedy on Vinyl podcast, I used to have, oh, there goes my mouse. That's fine. I used to have a wall of records, originally inspired by a guest of the podcast, and I figured I'd do the same. I did a wall of 12 or 15 records. I don't have that anymore because I don't really have the room, although it's weird because I have this graph paper style wallpaper in here, and it's kind of perfect for lining things up, not making them actually even, but if you make them even with the wallpaper, it looks like they are. But anyway, I don't have that, and so I now have to be very selective with what I hang, and I've had to like switch stuff out in the couple records that I do have hanging around. This one is definitely wall worthy. That's a long way to say that, but this is wall worthy. The back is great too. It's very, very good. Yeah, I love this. This is gorgeous. I love the art. Nice and clean. Yeah, so there you go. If you like The Naked Gun from the Files of Police Squad, you should give it a listen. And it is apparently also available on CD, which is phenomenal. You know, I'll open this one too, just for funsies. Because why not? I'm trying to think the first time I saw this. Now, I have never actually seen. Have I seen an episode of Police Squad? Don't kill me, comedy people. There are. I have gaps. I do have comedy gaps, like everybody else does. I have seen none of Albert Brooks's movies. I love Albert Brooks's records, for what it's worth. I've never seen Police Squad. I have never seen The Larry Sanders Show. I've never seen It's the Gary. No, I did. I did watch It's the Gary Shandling Show, but I don't think I knew what the Larry Sanders Show was and necessarily would have appreciated it at the time. Had I known my future hero Paul Sims was working on it and that he was going to be my future hero, I would have known. Okay, the CD booklet, I won't spoil it, but it is filled with great promo photos from the book. There's more promo photos in here than are on here, so I won't spoil it, but this is great. This is a really gorgeous packaging too. They took the time on the CD. I mean, that's the other thing. Like you could, since people don't, you know, like all of a sudden vinyl's becoming more in demand for whatever reason. I'm going to take all the responsibility for that since I started my podcast in 2011. And, you know, that boost in sales started, you know, a couple years before that. I will still take credit for it anyway. And, but yeah, if you're going to release a CD, if you're going to take the time to release a CD, you know, put forward the effort and make it look just as good as the record. But this guy goes on the wall, like, especially if you love this movie. This is the adult version of a poster. If you're gonna do that, you're gonna hang it on your wall. if you want to, if you want to have something that represents what you love, shows who you are on the wall, and doesn't take up so much space that you feel like you're trying to, I don't know, demand that your tastes be heard, have this on your wall rather than a full movie poster. If you're going to have a movie poster, pick one. What's your favorite movie? And that's why I always had Blazing Saddles up, or Young Frankenstein. They would alternate. And thank you to the good people at 1984 Publishing for this. It's beautiful. It is gorgeous. And while I'm probably going to cut this together with the What Hot American Summer unboxing, I will still say thank you for joining me. And as always, have a good thing.